From the day it hit theaters in 1990, Goodfellas has gone down in history as one of the best mob movies ever made. Some people even consider it the best movie of all time. Regardless, Goodfellas is amazing. Here are 10 facts about Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas that you didn't know. Number 1. De Niro's outfit. Throughout Goodfellas, we see Robert De Niro in many different suits. What you might not have realized is that each suit had a matching watch and pinky ring. Robert Griffin, the prop master, had an agreement with a jewelry store where they would close the shop and let De Niro pick any accessory he wanted. The pinky ring was a common accessory in Italian mob films, and Goodfellas only popularized it. Number 2. Ray Liotta's ties. Another fact about outfits. This one is quite funny though. Martin Scorsese is an amazing director, and he pays huge attention to even the smallest of details. While on the set of Goodfellas, Ray Liotta claims that he had his tie tied by Scorsese every day of filming, just so that it would be perfect. I know details are important, but was this really necessary?
Number 3. Tom Cruise and Madonna.
When Goodfellas was still in the casting phase, Scorsese considered casting Tom Cruise and Madonna as Henry and Karen Hill. Producer Irwin Winkler said that Tom Cruise was discussed, and producer Barbara DeFina said that Scorsese wanted Madonna after seeing her performance in Speed the Plow on Broadway. Even though these two superstars were considered for the roles, Scorsese decided to go with Ray Liotta because of his performance in Something Wild, and with Lorraine Bracco because of how she grew up in a mostly Jewish neighborhood in Brooklyn, just like her character. Even though Cruise and Madonna didn't get casted, it is fun to think about what Goodfellas would have been like with them in it. Number 4. Real money. Again, I must mention Scorsese's attention to detail. The money that Robert De Niro used in Goodfellas was not prop money, it was all real. This was not just because of Scorsese's insane attention to detail, but also because Robert De Niro had a desire to avoid fake-feeling bills. The money was supplied by Robert Griffin, who was happy to give $5,000 to De Niro for those scenes as long as he got it back. In this scene, De Niro throws the money around. After each take, Robert Griffin would tell everybody to freeze so that he could collect all of his money. If I was there, I would have made sure to pocket a few dollars. Number 5. Parent cameos.
In Goodfellas, both of Scorsese's parents have cameos. His mother plays Tommy's mother, and his father plays Henry's prison friend. The family ties don't stop there. In the movie, Tommy's mother has a painting of two dogs sitting in front of an old man. This painting was actually painted by co-writer Nicholas Pileggi's mother. Number 6. Funny How. The famous Funny How scene was actually not in the original script. Joe Pesci said that when he used to work in a restaurant, he jokingly told a mobster that he was funny. The mobster replied with the infamous line, "Funny how," and history was made. Pesci pitched not just the line, but the entire scene to Scorsese, who happily agreed to it. He didn't put the scene in the original shooting script so that the reactions from the supporting cast would be genuine.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Number 7. Al Pacino. Al Pacino, Michael Corleone himself, was originally considered for the role of Jimmy Conway. Pacino declined the role because he wanted to separate himself from the mob-type roles after The Godfather. After Pacino declined the role, it was given to Robert De Niro. I think it's kind of funny that Pacino declined the role because he was never able to separate himself from The Godfather, and went on to be in this abomination.
Something's brewing at D&D.
Wow!
Al Pacino!
It's not Al anymore. It's Dunk.
Dunkachino?
Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Dunkachino. It's a whole new game. Dunkachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend. Attica, hoo-ah, lottie light. This whole trial is out of sight. They pull me back in with hazelnut too. Caramel swirl, I know it was you. Everyone wants my Dunkachino. Can't get enough of my Dunkachino. Kids from 7 to 17 lining up for my Dunkachino. What's my name? Dunkachino. Dunkachino.
Number 8. Ray Liotta in Batman. When Tim Burton began his work on Batman, he offered Ray Liotta the role of Harvey Dent. Ray Liotta declined it in order to play Henry Hill in Goodfellas. Personally, I'm glad that Liotta played Henry Hill, but it would have been pretty cool to see him in Batman. Number 9. The Simpsons ripped off Goodfellas? If you have watched The Simpsons, you would recognize Fat Tony and his crew. They play on the stereotypes of mob men. It is possible that The Simpsons took some inspiration from Goodfellas, but there is no way to be sure. Still, Goodfellas actor Frank Severo was sure that they ripped off his character. Severo sued The Simpsons for $250 million for using his likeness and mannerisms in the character Louis. The case ended up being dismissed, and Severo walked out empty-handed. Number 10. Crime pays better than Hollywood. According to real-life Henry Hill, crime pays better than Hollywood. In order to use his story in the movie, Henry Hill was paid $550,000. He said that this was chump change compared to what he made as a mobster. He claims to have made anywhere from $15,000 to $40,000 a week. Unfortunately for him, Hill said that he blew all the money gambling. That was 10 facts about Scorsese's Goodfellas. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment any suggestions for future videos down below. See ya.
Out here I ordered some spaghetti with marinara sauce and I got egg noodles and ketchup. I'm an average nobody. Get to live the rest of my life like a schnook.